I often get the question from Reformed people, or also from Arminian people. They say, this is a debate that we're carrying on here that's very serious. And they'll say, R.C., do you believe that Arminians are Christians? And that's a provocative question when somebody asks me that. And I usually give a provocative answer. I'll say, yes, I do, barely. What I mean by that is that I believe, and I've always taught, that the difference between pure Pelagianism and Reformed theology is the difference between belief and unbelief. The difference between liberalism and evangelicalism is the difference between unbelief and belief. But the historic debate between Arminians and Calvinists, I've always said, was an intramural debate among Christians. I mean, I differ and disagree with Arminians, but I believe that they are Christians, as long as they don't take their theology to what I consider to be their logical conclusion. That's why we say they are Christians, but by a fortuitous or a felicitous inconsistency, a happy inconsistency. But if they ever came to the place where they actually were putting their trust in their own righteousness, as their theology, I think, would demand, then of course they wouldn't be Christians. But I don't think they do that. I really don't think they do that. And it's something I think is very important whenever we have any discussion or debate about this question. I don't think that anybody was ever saved by the doctrine of justification. And I don't believe that anybody was ever saved by the doctrine of election. Now, people breathe a sigh of relief and they say, well, I guess that means that it doesn't matter. Oh, no. When I became a Christian, I was overwhelmed by a sense of my guilt. I fell down on my knees. I begged God for mercy. God forgave me. I met Christ and so on, and I was a new creation. I didn't have a clue how it happened, what God had done to bring me to faith. I assumed that I heard the gospel, I made a choice, I met Christ, and I was saved. I had no understanding of the work of the Holy Ghost in that whole process by which I was brought to the faith. And I think that that's true for most people. When they come to faith, they don't have an analytical grasp of all of the interior things that are going on and how God is operating in their heart and in their soul. It was only through a reading of the New Testament and through a study of the Scriptures that I came to understand that at the moment that I came to faith, it was God who rescued me from my bondage, and that God had done something in me before I ever embraced Christ in faith. And so now, when we step back and we reflect on how salvation occurred, that's where Calvinists and Arminians get into the argument. They don't agree on understanding what the Bible teaches is the way in which a person is brought to faith.